Hey guys, welcome again to your ITC Sec lessons. Alright, last video we covered information processing, and in this video we'll be looking at the basic of a computer system, or you can say the basic computer system, whichever works. So pretty much the basics. Alright, so let's get right into it. Alright, the computer. We use the word computers a lot nowadays. And if you're in IT, the first thing people expect you to know is what is a computer. All right. So it's one of those things that we just say a lot: the computer, the computer, the computer. And we know that the computer is a machine. So, hey, it is a machine. So, all right, don't say duh. We know. But yeah, it is a machine. But what is this machine? Because there are many machines out there. But this machine is a machine for processing data and completing tasks. So it's really for processing data and completing tasks. So how does it do that? All right, so it's broken up into a number of elements. First, input. Second, processing. Third, output. And pretty much that's how it processes the data. So first it takes an input, then it processes the input, and it gives you an output. So the basic elements of the computer, or let's just say the skeleton of the computer, is hardware and software. So the physical part of the computer is the hardware, and the software is what runs on the hardware. Okay? All right, so let's get right into it. Input. Input is the turning data and instructions into electronic form so that they can be processed by the computer. All right? So pretty much it's just taking what you've given it, turning the data and instructions into an electronic form so that the computer can manage it or make decisions on it. All right? Processing. What you hear about processing a lot. Processing is simply the conversion of raw data, which is the input, into meaningful information through a process. All right, so that's pretty much working on that input, turning it into something meaningful. Output, which is what you started this whole processing for. And output is data that a computer sends, which it converts this information into a human readable form. It takes your input, does something to it in order that you can do something with it. Okay? All right. So let's software. So software should be more common to you. You should hear that term a lot. Software, software, software. But what is software? Software is programming code executed on a computer's processor. So pretty much when you take up your Photoshop, or your take up your there's so many software, it's just mind-blowing to even come up with ideas. Even your phone runs software. That application that you click on, it's software, which is really code that is written. And the good news about this course, guys, is that we'll be teaching you how to even write these things, how to give the computer instructions that can be executed on its processor and be made into something meaningful. So don't worry if you know all of this from before. Don't worry, we're going to be getting deeper. So you don't want to miss these series of classes or courses. All right? And once again, this video is brought to you by Study Solutions, which is a parent company of Tech Solutions. Don't worry if it doesn't make any sense to you, but it does a lot. Okay, so remember to share this video. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. So the software is programming code executed on a computer processor. Okay, so if that's software, what is hardware? Hardware includes the physical parts of a computer, which is the very first interaction you make with a computer is by touching it. So whether it's on or it's off, because you only get to interact with the software when the computer is either on or processing or doing something for you. But with the hardware now, it is the physical part of the computer. In fact, if you want to remember what hardware is, just think about it as the thing that is more likely to break. It's the thing you're more likely to have to replace and makes you have to replace the entire computer if it falls from you. So it's like the outer shell, it's the keyboard, it's the mouse, it's the screen, it's any physical part of the computer you can touch or interact with. So that is what hardware is. Okay, so that is the basics of the computer system.